Hi everyone, how is Danny's Ari? So welcome to Newcastle Fans TV. We're going to be chatting about the Liverpool game coming up. I've currently got Fordey, who's currently waiting for us to chat around there. Let's get into the video. Right, so I'm joined by Fordey. How are we doing, man? You all right?
I'm good, mate. How you doing?
Not bad. Finally, we've got a connection. Took a while, 3 attempts. So we're here, as you know, we've just seen it on the intro there. We're going to be talking about the Liverpool game, which is coming up as well.
Yeah.
And I just want you really, you wanted to pop on, we'll have a quick chat and see how you feel approach about this one going to Anfield. Let's talk about Rafa. Well, no, let's go back to Bournemouth there quickly because you wanted to touch upon that, didn't you? What was your thoughts on that, blowing that 2-0 lead?
Yeah, I mean, when we both spoke about it before the game, we both wanted a draw. And that's what we got. We got what we asked for. But obviously, had we been in Bournemouth's position coming back from a 2-0 deficit, it would have been a lot easier to take. But obviously, going 2-0 up away from home and then to give that away, just poor, just very poor.
Yeah, I think you've got a knock on the head. I just want to first of all apologise because I've had a right go at Joe Shelby. Like most fans, to be fair.
Yeah.
I've said this on social media that he was injured. And now it makes sense looking at those 2 goals, doesn't it? Because he wasn't even moving, was he? But
well, I know that's what they put out. I know that's what they put out. They said that he was injured. I don't know if that was just damage limitation because obviously Lampard dug him out on Match of the Day. So I don't know if that's he was injured. Because if you're injured, when you just signal to the boss, take me off.
Exactly, because we still had Hayden as a third option.
And Marino. Was it Marino on the bench as well?
Yeah, so could have had either one of them come on and he stayed on, didn't he?
I don't know. Just it kind of seems a bit fishy to me. It's either Joe Shelby got dug out by Lampard, and rightfully so, from that point of view. Before obviously we heard about the injury. Now this mysterious injury's come about. Don't know how long is he out for. He's probably not going to be out for the Liverpool game. He's going to be all right. So it's kind of like papering over the cracks, so to speak. What do you reckon?
Well, he definitely wants to play against his former side.
Well, exactly.
So he'll be fit, no shadow of doubt. So you've got your doubts on that, right? Okay. Yeah. So let's talk about what I've got you on for, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
Rafa Benitez wants to go back to Anfield. We were 2-0 down last time. I remember in the relegation season we drew 2-2. I remember Jack Colback scoring as well. Yeah. I think it was Cisse from ahead as well. Yeah. He's going to get a massive ovation, and rightly so, isn't it?
Yeah, of course.
We love him. Both sets of fans.
He's still loved over there. You're going to speak to Redmen TV and they're going to say the same thing. I've got news from our Liverpool fans. They still speak about him highly. They remember all the good times, none of the bad. I don't think there was any really bad times under Rafa Benitez at Liverpool. But yeah, he's going to go back, get a standing ovation, rightfully so. But the main thing that we need is obviously a point to take away from that because, we've albeit dropped points against Bournemouth. We need to take some points, or a point at least, from Liverpool.
Yeah, you're right in saying that. Liverpool, then, let's talk about a little bit about them, I guess. And I mean, you know what we're going to talk about, aren't you? You got to sing us a song.
Nah, no. Oh, man. No, you started off now.
I bet that's in your head all night now. Going to get stuck in mine, but realistically, I mean, how do you stop Mo Salah, Mane, Firmino? We even thought they were weaker without Coutinho. Fucking hell, I am singing the song, aren't I? I'm literally. But they're not. They're now second in the Premier League. I mean, I know they're not going to win the league, of course not. But realistically, they want to probably finish second now. Is what they'll be aiming for? But those front 3 in particular, man. I mean, they would just would they get a Manchester City side?
Oh well, I would say Salah definitely. The only one I'm kind of doubtful on really is Bobby Firmino or Robert Firmino, however you want to say it. But Salah definitely with his form. I mean, he's going to be looking for goals on the weekend. He's going to be looking out for goals, and especially against our defence as well. But Rafa's got a decent record against Liverpool with us as well, hasn't he? So I don't think it's going to be as easy as people may think.
Yeah, he's played 2 against them, drew 2-2 as well. My WhatsApp going on, I'll just close that down. So he's played 2 and drew 2, hasn't he? But we kept Salah quiet at the return at St James Park. I know the Coutinho wonder goal was scored against us, but Mane was quiet. I thought Firmino was. And we limited their chances. I know it's a totally different game, and Liverpool probably went on another level, another gear, because after that game, that's when they started to blitz teams, wasn't it? After that. I mean, how can you stop that attack? I mean, is it just down to talent, as I've said already, or is it just, did Newcastle have to be on top notch, or is it more of Liverpool not firing all cylinders, or a bit of both?
I think it's a bit of both. I think we need to be on top of our game. We've already proven that we can do it against Man United. We need another Man United sort of caliber of a game where we're defending tooth and nail, we're going at them hammer and tong, and then obviously we just got to hope that one of them, if not all three of them, are misfiring, and then hopefully we can just keep it as a draw or at least low figures as well. Because even if we lose the game, we don't want to be going out there 5-6-0, 7-0, because albeit we've actually got quite a decent goal difference in the bottom half, let alone in the Premier League. So, even if we do lose, try and keep the score down, try and show some pride, and at least go out fighting as well. We don't want to see anyone with their hands over their knees, regardless if they're injured or not. We want to be seeing people fighting and throwing everything into it.
Where do you think the game's going to be won and lost? Do you think it's down to the attack and our defence, or do you think there's more to it in midfield with Emre Can, or how do you see this?
No, it's definitely going to be attack versus defence. Attack versus defence. We've got to have the likes of Lascelles leading, which he does all the time. Dummett on his game, because I guarantee they're going to be targeting Dummett. And probably so Yedlin as well. But
I think Yedlin more.
But the only thing with Yedlin, though, he's got the pace to keep up. So again, Yedlin might be asked Mark Salah because he can match him pace for pace. Whereas Dummett, we all know he's a bit slower, but again, he's a better defender. So again, they're going to be attacking down those sides as well. Lascelles, they won't beat him in the air, but again, it's all about the pace on the ball as well, and obviously trying to get in behind him as well. So it's literally going to be attack versus defence. If we can catch him on the counter, if Lovren's playing, we might get...
You've just took my question out.
Well, exactly, yeah. If Lovren's playing, we've always got a chance. And again, it depends who plays. I reckon we're going to play Gale up top because, again, he played well against Bournemouth. He played very well against Manchester United, even though he didn't get a goal. So I think he'll play up top. And again, if we can catch him on the counter attack, who knows, man? We didn't expect to score against him the first time around with Hostel, of all people. So again, who knows?
Yeah, trickled in, didn't it?
Right. Yeah, new Shinto job.
You talked about their defence, and we've said it all season, majority of fans, that I think they've got a bang average defence and a bang average goalkeeper, no matter which one of them plays in there. Yeah. Their defence is, would you say it's worse than ours?
Oh, I wouldn't go that far. I want to go that far.
Am I being a bit harsh there?
Yeah, I think a bit harsh. I don't think they've got the organisation that we have. Rafa, albeit with our defence, is more organised than their defence, but they have got better players than us. So it all depends. Because I haven't been watching, obviously, Liverpool week in, week out, but since Virgil van Dijk's come in, I don't think he's made that much of a difference. I still think he needs someone alongside him, but obviously that's for them to worry about. But in terms of our defence, with what Rafa's got, we're so organised, so well drilled. Even if we do lose, we don't tend to lose by much. Previous seasons on where we've got spanked at least 4 or 5-0, in some games. When we've had that under Rafa, never. I can't remember that.
I think to hurt them, I think we need to see a bit of a mixture of stretch in the defence with Gale, but also I think whichever goalkeeper plays, which you think now, it wouldn't be Mignolet, but I don't rate Karius either. I think there's a mistake in there, and I think you can stretch them, but I think cross from deep this time. Let's just get crosses in, box after box, set pieces, corners. I just don't rate Liverpool's defence. I think if they had a much better defence, they would be so much closer to Manchester City. I really, really do that. I think, you talk about Arsenal needing a better defence. It's the same with Liverpool. And I think that is where we have to target them in between them channels. I think Matip's got a problem. I think Lovren, whoever plays at left back, I think Robertson's done okay since he's come in. The right back gets changed around with Joe Gomez as well. So I think, what would you do there? Would you just play the one up top, or would you go two, or would you even later on bring in Hostel to go throw the ball at the box? What would you do?
Me personally, you know what Rafa's going to do. He's never going to really change formation, is he?
No,
but I'll definitely go one up top. It has to be Gale to stretch him for the first 70, 80 minutes, maybe, if he gets that, if he's lucky. And then if it comes to the latter stages of the game, depending on the score, if we're still chasing a goal, maybe bring on 2 up top. If not, then switch Hoselu for Gale. And then maybe, as you said, beat him in the air. I think we've really got a chance at set pieces. They don't seem to be that organised at set pieces. So again, that might be the opportunity. But lumping it up top to Gale straight away, it's not going to work because you know what Gale is. He's about 5'0", bless him.
Right.
He's not going to win a ball over Virgil van Dijk. But as I said before, getting him in behind, we can cause all sorts of problems as well. So I think it's just going to be a case of defending from deep, just pretty much sitting on our penalty area most of the time, catching them on the off chance and just taking those one or two chances that we get.
I think we will be really, really deep. I don't want to keep talking about Liverpool's offence. Offense, like American there, didn't I? But I think we'll be very deep, and I think it's then down to probably our wingers to try and help out, get forward, get a bit of Kennedy on the ball, stretch it, maybe bring on Hoslow. I would like to see us attack them a little bit more. I think similar to Man United that we did. I don't want to say this Manchester City. We're back on the cameras, live on BT Sport. The atmosphere will be electric. It's Anfield are known for it. Great fans, very similar to Geordie's, both similar cities. It's set up for a great game. You know, we were brought up, me and you were similar age, brought up with the 4-3s year after year, and that was heartbreaking.
We could do it on 4-3 our way. Haven't experienced that yet, have we?
It would be nice to win 1-4-3 and go down, but those games in particular were unreal, weren't they? We grew up with that, wasn't it? God, there's so much has changed, hasn't it, in the times, hasn't it?
Yeah, so much has changed. One thing I was going to ask you, though, you did mention wingers. Like, what set of wingers would you go with? Because, you know, we've got so many at the club now. Which ones would you go with?
Yeah, I'm asking the questions for you. I think you have to start Kennedy because he's got a little bit something about him, a bit of ability. Yeah. Where he's he can come in, he can move, he's a float, and you know what I mean? Yeah. Whereas on the right, Richie had a good game against, probably Bournemouth and Man United. So if he didn't know, I think it is a bit harsh, Jacob Murphy not having a look in.
Well, that's the reason why I was going to ask you, because I was thinking it's a bit harsh why Jacob Murphy wasn't on the bench. You don't spend £12 million.
And his birthday as well.
And you don't spend £12 million. And 12 million to us is a lot. 12 million to us is like 75 million to Liverpool, basically. So you don't spend £12 million for him to be rested, not even make the squad.
Well, Rafa, just going back to the Bournemouth game, he's got his subs wrong. And do you know what it is? I never really criticised Rafa Benitez. But when you look back at over a day or two, you know, bringing off Gale, ideally you're 2-0 up. Hoslow comes on to for you can hold the ball or keep possession. Yeah. Brought on midfielder, which was a little bit strange. But the weird one was Matt Ritchie coming off and Javier Manquillo at right back. I mean, he's a former Liverpool player as well. Let's just hope he's not in the lineup for me personally. But let's keep it short and brief then. Are we going to get a score prediction? What we're saying, Fordey?
Right. My head is saying we're going to lose. But my heart says that we can get something out of it, maybe. So, again, draw. This time, if we did get a draw, you know, it would be 2 points dropped. Even if they do come from behind and manage to get a draw. Because, again, against the Liverpool side, any Liverpool side nowadays is good for us.
I think we've got to score twice to get something from the game.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's our problem as well. We don't kill off games. That's where we've been so guilty of. I think it was obviously in the Bournemouth game. In the what was another game where we didn't kill them off as well?
Well, we've been 1-0 up several games this season.
Yeah.
And not gone on to kill that second goal. I think we'd say it numerous times, but I generally feel we've got to score twice to get something from the game. Unfortunately, I can't see that happening because what Liverpool offer attack and threat. If you took those front three out and replaced them with like Solanke and so on, we would all feel a lot more confident. But because 2 or 3 of them are just so way up here, I think midfield we might boss the midfield, but because they've got those 3 up top, they've got winners. They've got something that just go bang 1-0. We haven't got that.
Yeah, I mean, I personally think we probably had to do what remember against City at the Etihad. I think we dropped in Hayden as a back 5.
It was like a fake centre back, wasn't he?
Yeah,
he was stepping out a few times, wasn't he?
Yeah. I think we might have to do that.
Go wing back.
Pretty much so, yeah. Because again, we've got those 3 to contend with, and we've got their midfield 3, which is better than our 3 as well. So again, you got those 3 bombing forward, then you got the wing backs coming on as well. So many options to contend with. So I think we literally have to be ultra defensive and try and catch them on the counter.
How you may get criticised because you're thinking that we're presenters. We know what that's about.
Well, Sky Sports Newcastle Fans TV.
So you're going for score draw, are you?
Score draw. I'm going with. I'd like to say 1-1. I'm hoping for another 1-1. I'll take that all day long.
I'm going to say 3-1 defeat. Unfortunately, I know that sounds so negative, but I think It's just
negative Nancy.
I know I'm not normally negative. I'm quite positive on the channel. I always like to say it respected, but I'm trying to be realistic rather than hopeful this time. I am hopeful that would get something, and I'll snatch your arm off. But you know what? If I said to you, Fordey, that you got 4 points from Man United and Bournemouth, I bet you would have snatched your arm off of that.
100%, yeah.
So if you didn't think it would be that
way round, that we'd win against Man United and against Bournemouth. But yeah, 4 points is 4 points.
So if I said to you, would you take 3 points from Liverpool and Southampton? You get beat off Liverpool and you win Southampton. Of course, you would take that, wouldn't you?
Yeah, pretty much.
Because that one next week, we'll talk about that quickly. That one next week is massive. That's the bigger game. I know I say this is a bonus game. Sometimes I get criticised for saying that, but you know, it is a bonus point if we get something from it. Next week is massive because we cannot afford that to lose at home. Can we?
No, exactly right. And those Southampton, in fact, is one of the 3 teams that I expect to go down because they've just been woeful. Every time I've seen them, anyway, they've been woeful. Them, West Brom, I think, are gone, and then it's a toss-up between the likes of, I don't know, Crystal Palace and.
You can take your pick from 10 clubs.
You could do, but again, I think there's 2 that's pretty much guaranteed down. Well, 1 definitely guaranteed down, which is West Brom.
Pardew.
Yeah, Pardew. All in one season, in his first season as well. That's supposed to be his honeymoon period.
And they're going to do, aren't you? So that's been it. That's been the preview as well. Obviously, if you just want to jump on as well, we've had quite a few different people on this week as well. And just before we wrap up, obviously the weather's been bad the last 48 hours. So I just want to give my massive respect to everybody who works in the public sector, whether you work as a carer, ambulance, you're a bus driver. Massive respect to you because what you're doing, keeping Britain safe. So well done. Thanks for watching, Fordey. Thanks for coming on.
No worries, mate. Anytime.
All the best. See you later. Ta-ra. Bye-bye.